And you know, tukiongea, you keep saying dead for four days. Why?
Because at that point I was told, what I was being told, my eyes were closed. I couldn't talk. I was just there for 4 days.
Also, things like these that show who real people, friends are. Kuna watu umeona na yo be pretending.
Wengi sana. Wako. Mtu asikudanganye by the way. This thing is true. There are those people at hey, mimi hata nasema tu kuna tu wale maybe walikuwa nasema tu in their heart, this nigga is not coming back. This nigga is not coming back. Yani I could tell kuna wale wenye time nimeamka, I'm starting to be okay. Ndio sasa wanajifanya they're so busy with me, you know. All right. Akuku Danger up hivi guys. You're watching Mpasho, of course, with the beautiful Kalondo Musimi. Did I get it right? Yes, Kalondo Musimi, of course, for information, for entertainment, for news, and for any other showbiz, you know, that you need information about. You get it right here, Mpasho. Akuku Danger, Saitan.
Hello guys and welcome. My name is Kalondo Musimi. Nimekuja all the way to Rongai to meet a man that I've been seeing on social media, and finally I got to meet him. Please, give up the one and only Akuku Danger. Mambo?
Poa sana.
Unakaa fine?
Asante, umeweza kuambia Justin Bieber of Kenya.
Oh, guy, pole. The Justin Bieber of Kenya. Guys, Akuku Danger.
Yeah, Maze, thank you very much. Come. Your house is
Manze, I really appreciate your time, first of all. And unakaa fine, thank you. Unajua, but this sijui kama wewe ndo unajidressing.
Maze, mimi ndio najidress, nasemanga ni God.
Ni God.
Maze ni God.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Uko aje? How are you right now?
Sasa niko fiti. So far so good. Tumekuwa tukirikapa pole from home, but yeah, strength is back.
Yeah.
We are almost hitting the road.
Yeah.
Tuanze kazi sasa tukikesha kwa Kenya.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing time. Yani kukuona you're here with us and you know getting back to your dream, right?
Yeah.
First of all, because of course you went viral because of your illness, right?
Yeah.
Sijui kama unaweza to take back.
To rewind.
Yes, let's flash back.
Yeah.
How it started?
Well, normally I was born with sickle cell anemia, so that is something that I've been living with, you know, since I was born. Yeah. So on this fateful day, December, that is on around 28th April, and nikaanza kuwa msiku, normal sickness, tunafeel a little bit of pain here and there. So nikasema wacha niende hospitali. So I go to the Nairobi Women. I go there. Nikakaa for a few days, like 3 days. So after 3 days, nikaenda Nairobi West sasa. But between Nairobi Women and Nairobi West, I can't remember what happened because I didn't take myself there. Yeah, I did blackout in short. So I don't know what happened the whole of December, the whole of January. I don't know what happened. So when I went to Nairobi West, my lungs collapsed. So I hear. Yeah, they diagnosed me with a little bit of pneumonia. Yeah, so my lungs are still coming back, regenerating, but we're good to go. So that is what happened. So I was in the hospital, say like 3 months, December, January, and February. Yeah. So we left on February 7th. That is when I was discharged. Yeah, but here we are.
Yeah. And right, so how much has been used for the hospital bill?
We are a lot. Because I remember when I was still in the hospital, because there is a specific amount you have to pay before treatment can resume. So while I was still in the hospital, I used something close to 2.8 M. Yeah, thanks to Kenyans who also came through. But I still have a balance of 1.5. Yeah. So total, I can say we used roughly 4 point something. Yeah, 4 point something. That's the total amount that we used for treatment. Yeah, I included my insurance cover, which was depleted. Yeah, that's when Kenyans came in and friends and fans. Man, I can't actually help. Thank you guys enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So 1.7 million.
1.5. That's
1.5 million.
Yes.
How are we going to pay this bill?
1.5 is a lot of money. It's not something that you just wake up and unaokota tu mahali, you know, even if you are rich. Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to do, some of my fellow artists have agreed to come and support me as Akuku Danger. Yeah, so on Saturday we're having an event, and this event, all proceeds that are collected from the event are going to go towards settling this bill. Yeah, so that means each and every person is going to buy a ticket for, which actually goes for 500 bob. Yeah, all that is going to go towards settling of this bill. Yeah, so it is on Saturday, so that is just one of the ways in some of my friends have agreed to come through. Yeah, all the artists who are performing there, purely volunteers. No one is being paid to perform.
Itakuwa wapi?
Itakuwa Nairobi Cinema, and it's going to be big. I'm talking about the biggest industry players in the country. Eric Omondi, Jalaz, Obina. I'm talking about Captain Otoyo. Sandra is going to be there. Akuku Danger is going to be there. Jamuta, name them, all the industry players that you know that you might think of. Wacheshi wote. So it's gonna be a show. Tunakuja, you know, apart from, you know, coming to support you, tunakuja pia kuchekeshwa. Mnakuja kuchekeshwa. Yes. Mnakuja kuchekeshwa. Mtakuwa mnalipa tu 500 bob peke yake. Mtachekeshwa. Kutakuwa na waimbi pia wenye watakuja kuimba pale. Yeah, a very good friend of mine has told me he might show up. So, yeah. Calligraph George. So he might just show up. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you are there,
and you're gonna perform as well.
I'm going to perform as well. Yeah, at least to test kama nguvu imerudi vizuri ya stage. But so far we are feeling it. Yeah.
The very first thing you did, the first thing you wanted to do after umetoka hosi, what was that?
Funny enough, nikiwa hata mgonjwa, I remember when I was still in the ICU, I had blacked out and everything. The first thing when I came back, I wanted to write. I came back, and the first thing that I did, I asked for a pen and a paper, because in my mind I was having so many jokes and I was laughing, you know. But all this was happening while I was still, you know, in the blackout phase. I don't know what was happening, but when I came back, I asked for a pen and a paper. So I wrote my jokes, I wrote a few jokes, you know, a whole full stuff. So I think that is what I really wanted to do when I came back to Chekesha Watu. Yes, and just write scripts. Yeah. So Chekesha Watu, that's what we want to do right now.
Yes, very, very true. And you know, in the past interview, uliongea kuhusu, you know, being unconscious for like 4 days. And then pia hapo umeniambia like in December, January, you really didn't know what was going on. That particular, after you came back like to like you're back, you know,
back to life.
Yes. You know, what was going through your mind?
When I came back, to be honest, when I came back, everything disappeared. Everything, I couldn't remember anything. I couldn't remember the events. First of all, I was like, how am I here? Why am I here? I want to go home. Mbona mmeniweka hapo? Because I couldn't recall me coming to the hospital. I couldn't recall, because I remember there are so many people who came to see me. I could only see their faces, but I didn't know who they are. But nawajua. I remember Churchill walikuja, Gaupida, Terence, you know. But still, I couldn't know who they are. So later on, they were wananiambia, I came. So I'm like, niliwaongelesha. Ati ulituongelesha mpaka nikaongelesha. Mimi nikaongelesha. So in my mind, I couldn't remember anything. I could see my father and my sister and my brothers, but subconsciously I was like, who are these people? They look so familiar, but I can't remember who they are. So I was just blank. It was just blank. I couldn't remember what. Actually, I had events in December. At the beginning of December, I had some corporate events. But funny enough, when nilikuwa hospitali sasa in January, singikumbuka, I even had events. I couldn't remember. So my friend alikuwa ananiambia, bro, ile event niliattend, ilikuwa aje? I'm like, event gani? Mimi niliattend event. I couldn't remember anything.
Na hiyo ili take like how long, like unaweza kuwa unajua how long it took like where could you remember things to when you started remembering?
I started remembering things in February this year. In February, just before I got discharged now. Hapo beginning ya Feb. Hapo ndio sasa I had an event in December. Oh yes, this was this. Now hapo ndio sasa nikaanza. but the whole of January I was out.
Yeah. Na doki alikwambia what was that? Because as a normal person, me naweza ita as amnesia, I don't know. Sema kweli mimi si daktari, siwezi jua. But daktari alikwambia nini?
Funny enough, I didn't ask the doctor why I couldn't remember things. But in my mind, I was just like, maybe it's because I had blacked out for, these 4 days. I was dead for these 4 days. Or I was like, maybe because of the drugs. So in my mind, I was just like, maybe it could be because of the two reasons. But I didn't actually ask what's the reason why I can't, remember these things. But I couldn't remember.
Yeah. And umesema of course you've had sickle cell all your life.
Yeah.
Unaweza sema ni time gani ulijua, like unajua ukiwa mdogo huwezi jua, but ulijua come to understand niko na sickle cell na sickle cell ni hii.
Sickle cell is a very funny disease because to date there are so many places that people do not understand what it is, especially because it's okay. Let me say in most part of Nyanza, I grew up in Burundi, that's where I was born. In most parts of Nyanza, sickle cell is so high, but at the same time, you find that there is not enough sensitization in those places. In that, even there is no enough doctors who can actually deal with this. So unaweza kuwa mtoto mdogo, you still don't know. The parents are not so much aware what is this. Wataenda hospitali ati mtoto amefura mguu and stuff, because those are some of the symptoms, especially when you are still young. You are pale, hizo zote. But unapata the parents won't be able to understand what exactly is happening because there is not enough sensitization in those places. So I think I got to know I had this sickle cell. That is now when I was in around class 5, class 6. Because at that age I can now fathom these things. My mom could take me to the hospital and I could know. Yeah, I could know. Just from the charts when I have na daktari. But to date, as I'm speaking, there is not enough sensitization in those places. Yeah, in fact, the government needs to reach those places. Yeah, and there are not even enough doctors who actually understand this. Because some places I could go and I could still tell the daktari, me I want this, I want this, I want this. Because hawaelewi. Yeah, yeye atakuja kuone akuongeze maji. But mimi as a patient, I know what works for me. But daktari yeye atakuja na zile, I think it is general diagnosis or general treatment, wakuongeze maji, painkillers, unaona. So they don't actually understand it much. So imagine kama ni mtoto ajielewi, mtoto atapelekwa pale hospitali na parents, ako na sickle cell. Yeah, mtoto doesn't know what works and what doesn't work for them. Mtoto anaenda up, maybe amepass, because there is not enough mobilization and that kind of education about this. Yeah.
Siju wewe umewezaje kulive na hii condition na
this condition, I think one of the things is growing up used to sana regular checkups kwa hospitali. This is something that I used to do sana because of my parents. Yeah, nilikuwa napelekwa Aga Khan Hospital in Kisumu. So Kisumu, every month I had to be there because of checkups. But sasa I find it is so expensive, especially to so many people, because our drugs are very, very much expensive and they're not free. Yes, and they're not free. And there is no body, like you see cancer, there is a particular body that would sometimes mitigate with the government, especially on how to subsidize the prices of drugs, treatment and etc. But for sickle cell, it's not there. So it is really, really expensive. So unapata what happens is hakuna hiyo kufundishana. Yeah, so me, I think what helped me is just a lot of checkups and God, and understanding myself. Yeah.
And there's a lot of information about sickle cell on Google, but also even when you see a doctor anakupea some information about sickle cell, you just get scared. When you look at this information, do you ever get scared?
Nah, I never get scared. I never get scared. Do you know venye mimi najipenda? I can never get scared because I've been to a point whereby I understand who Akuku Danger is. I understand who I am. I understand, when I'm in a crisis, it's a disease. I understand what it is, what it does to me, what I can do not to have this particular crisis. Because when the crisis comes, they're usually very painful. So much painful. And so many times I normally have those crises, but you wouldn't see me on social media telling people, hey, I'm sick, I'm having pain, you know, because I've learned to live with this. Yeah, I know how to take care of myself, you see. Yeah, so it's just something that is information, I see them, but those information, they doesn't apply to each and every sickle cell, you know, patient. Each and every person has a particular how do you put it, symptoms. Yeah, for example, mimi, for example, unaweza sema my eyes get pale, but wewe pia unaweza kuwa sickle cell but your eyes never get pale. Yeah, so it's different. Yeah, so it's just about understanding yourself as a person. Yeah.
And because by the tumejua about your condition after you went to hospital this time. All this time, yeah, we hadn't even known you had this condition. Why did you keep it, you know, to yourself and not just talk about it, also peana information and encourage other people?
First of all, there's so many, actually, there's so many people who actually, after the story went viral, so many people came to my inbox. I realized there's so many sickle cell patients, so many, but they're in hiding, a lot of them. So many came to my DM on my Instagram, texted me on Facebook, you know, about treatment. That just tells you that the government doesn't do enough, or the Ministry of Health doesn't do enough when it comes to this particular disease. Yeah, so the reason why, you see, as an entertainer, so many people look up to you. And me growing up, especially in my primary school days, I grew up with a lot of stigma. Yeah, because hakuna kitu mimi nilikuwa nachukia ati mwalimu anakuja class. At class, I want all of us to go for morning clean, hizi za kusafisha compound. Yeah. And then it tells everyone, kila mtu aende, and then mimi ananiambia, Manason, wewe baki. Hakuna kitu nilikuwa nachukia kaa hiyo. So I felt I was being stigmatized because I have this sickle cell. I wanted to be punished just like the rest. Kama ni kiboko, nataka nichapu tu na watu wote. Exactly, for real. Because that is how I could feel I'm part of these people. But the moment now you want to, unataka kuniambia sijui, oh, Manason, Akuku, we usiende, we baki, we sijui. I felt so bad. But it was also a learning curve because I learned to appreciate myself. So with time, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, so that's why I just live with it. Anytime I'm in pain, it's just me. Yeah, ndio maana mjaisikia on social media until when it came the other day. Yeah.
And unaingia hospital, tuambua you're in hospital, you're admitted, and then tuambua you're doing okay, you're home, and then you're back.
Let me tell you, the sickle cell is very funny. Very funny. 1 minute I can be in the hospital, really sick, I'm in serious pain. My joints are in serious crisis and pain. Nitapewa madawa, nipone, nikuwe poa, the pain is gone, I go home. That particular night, nitarudi tena. The pain imerudi saa zingine. So it's something that is very unpredictable. It's volatile to manage, that's the term. It's really volatile because that's when nasema pia, as a person, lazima kuwa unajiunderstand, because tunaweza kuwa too sickless, but the way we react to treatment is different. So that's why nasema unaweza pata mimi na feel hivi nitoke hosi na pia nimerudishwa tena. Yeah, it's really unpredictable. Yeah, but sometimes you'll just be fine na utoke and you're fine. Yeah.
And you know, this time round it was in the public. Yeah. What would you say was the most scariest moment during this particular time, during December, January and Feb?
Personally, wacha nikuchekeshe. Mimi personally, I was never scared at all. Mimi vitu zilikuwa zinanisikia ati people are coming to see me and they're like, wow, you managed, umekuwa msiki, aki ungejiona venye ulikuwa. So it's the thought of the people ndio ilikuwa inanisikia like, ai, kwani nilikuwa nakaa aje? You get. But I'm used to this. Being a sickler, going into the hospital and coming back, nimezoea. It's something that growing up nimezoea. Imagine how many times I've been to the hospital since I was born. So many times, to an extent it doesn't scare me. Unaona? So many times, I can't even count. So many times. So it doesn't scare me. Chenye ilikuwa inanisikia ni, napata watu wanakuja and they're like, bro, ulikuwa mbaya. ulikuwa mbaya. So in my mind I'm like, kwani jamii nilikuwa nakaaje? Yeah, so that is the thought of the people. That is what was scary.
Okay, so and cause unajua pia Sandra alikuwa anatu-update sana. Yeah. Siku nyingine anakuja anatuambia my baby is doing okay. Siku nyingine anatuambia pray for my baby is not doing fine. Yeah. Later on, ulikuja ukaangalia what was going on social media.
Okay, hiyo time yote nilikuwa hospitali. I could never access the internet or my phone or anything like that. But venye nilirudi, kuna wenye waliniua kwa mtandao. Unaingia TikTok, Akuku Danger has till March. Kuna wenye Akuku Danger has till February. The doctor says now he's not going to make it. Nilikuwa naangalia hizo video nasema tu sasa watu, do they know the Lord that I serve? Do they know the God that I serve? The God of Elijah, Abednego, Meshach. Yes. Praise Jesus. Amen. Nilikuwa naziangalia mlaika watu hawanijui. Yeah, but yeah, it never scared me. Pia nikaona my stories so many, but you guys were very supportive. Yeah.
Ukicheki on social media watu wanakuua. Did ever that one get into you like, oh, these people now?
I'm a very strong person. I'm a very strong person positively in my mind and the way I tend to think. Yeah. So it never scared me, not even one bit. Yeah. I've been through worse, but well, this was also kind of worse, but throughout my lifetime, I've been through worse too, especially, I remember there was one time which was also very worse in my primary school days. Yeah, but we still pulled through, we still pulled through. So there was no reason why this one I wasn't going to pull through. My God is very strong. Yeah, so we were still going to pull through. Yeah.
Then what would you say was your worst?
My worst. My worst. I think this was my worst because it scared so many people, including my family. Yeah. I've never seen my dad, my sister, brothers so scared like this. Yeah, so I thought maybe it was really, really worse because I didn't see myself, but wow, what they were telling me, it was worse. It was worse. So it is through their mind, through their thoughts, that I tend to see that this was worse. But as a person, I normally feel like I could still fight through this. No matter what it is, I could still fight through it. Yeah, I've been through worse, but we still pull through. So there was no way I was gonna feel different about this one. Still, I was gonna make it. Yeah. Tumetoka mbali.
And tukiongea, you keep saying dead for four days. Why?
Because at that point I was told, what I was being told, my eyes were closed, I couldn't talk, I was just there for 4 days there. Nilikuwa nalishwa na hizo two pipes and name it. So unaona bado niko na oxygen mask. Yeah. Alama, yeah, so I still have that. So I couldn't know what was happening these 4 days. Mimi niliambiwa tu that, let me actually tell you, I only remember nikitoka kwa nyumba December 27th nikijipeleka hospitali for normal checkups and I wasn't feeling well 27th. But after that I don't remember anything. Mimi nakumbuka tu nimeamka Nairobi West and I'm told nimekuwa in ICU for 4 days, sijakuwa nikiona. So I was like, nilikufa hizi 4 days zote. Yeah, so in my mind that is how it is, you get. Because sasa hiyo time nimeamka ndio naambiwa hauko unaongea, we had lost hope. Some doctors were like, nah, he's not gonna make it. So many things, unaona. So that's why I say I was kind of dead, for those 4 days. Yeah, as a figure of speech.
Yeah. Do you feel your friends came through for you?
Sana. I can't actually thank them enough, but they really came through. Kina Nelson Mandela, DJ Nelix, remember the dreadlocks guy tuna dancing naye? That is a very good friend. Kina Paul Mahagwa, wherever they are, Boaz Osea, Sandra, so many people. I can't actually mention all of them, but they did a wonderful job. Yes, they really came through for me. They supported me in so many ways.
What about the entertainment fraternity?
I remember so many artists came to see me in the hospital, although I also can't remember nani alikuja. I can't remember because your time bado memory ilikuwa imeenda, so I couldn't remember all of them, but from what I hear, so many of them came to the hospital. Starting from my entertainment father, Churchill, Terence, Milichebi, Eriko, Captain Obina, name them, Jalas, they came through. Actually, all artists came through for me. Comedians really came through.
Also things like these that show who real people, friends are. Kuna watu umeona na yo be pretending.
Wengi sana. Wako. Mtu asikudanganye by the way. This thing is true. There are those people at mimi hata nasema tu kuna tu wale maybe walikuwa nasema tu in their heart, this nigga is not coming back. Yani I could tell kuna wale wenye time nimeamka, I'm starting to be okay, ndio sasa wanajifanya they're so busy with me, you know, but I could tell there were so many fake friends. That wanasemanga deep situation will always expose fake friends. Yes.
We wataje bwana.
Nikiwataja there will be chaos all over. And Akuku is not a confrontational person.
You're a peaceful person. You love peace. Sindio? Tuonge kuhusu Sandra. Sandra nilipatana na yeye during an event, and she's like, you know, Akuku is my baby, Akuku is my boyfriend. Wewe tunataka tu tujue, are you her boyfriend ama Sandra is dating herself?